You've stepped into the vibrant yet quirky world of Biomutant, and before you lies a series of tribes to either befriend or crush into the ground. The biggest prize to chase inside of each tribe fortress is the iconic weapons of those tribes, but which ones are truly worth the effort? Hello friends, it's Livid here, one half of the team behind Legacy Gaming, and today we are taking a look at every single tribe weapon, breaking down their strengths and weaknesses, and ranking them up against each other. Whether you're just starting out, making decisions towards the light or the dark, or you're deep into conquering territory for your chosen tribe, the loot is really what you're after. Each tribe within the game has a tribe weapon and tribe gear that players can obtain. These items are unique and the collectors among us will definitely want to snag them all. Now before we get into the rankings, we want to quickly talk about how to obtain each of these items. The first tribe weapon you'll receive is from your own tribe, either the Jagni or the Myriad. Once you align yourself with the tribe and take out the first enemy outpost, you'll be awarded the tribe weapon. Simple as that. If you continue with that tribe after the second outpost is captured, you'll receive the outfit of the tribe you're aligned with. After this, however, things get a bit convoluted. To get the tribe weapons from all the other tribes, you either have to join them or conquer them. We found it easiest to just wipe everyone out and pick up all of the loot, but there is a small catch. If you do that, you're missing out on the various tribe outfits. Now, the only way to claim a tribe outfit is to be part of that tribe and conquer enemy tribes. This is a bit challenging, but you can swap your allegiance by talking to the Sifus at the various fortresses around the world. Honestly, it's not a clean process, and it may be best to get a New Game Plus before you attempt to do this, because it's a bit of a hassle. Now, one critically important note is that you can get completely locked out of the remaining tribe weapons if you decide to end the war early and pacify the map. This is a huge oversight, and as Kodiak found out, once you end the war, there's no going back, and the tribe weapons that you haven't obtained will be forever out of your reach in the current playthrough. Now we should also point out that the tribal weapons, while unique, are far from the best in the game. They're more of a trophy weapon than anything else, and most decently crafted weapons you find or make during the mid-game will outperform these weapons. That being said, there are definitely some that rise to the top of the pack, which is why we thought it'd be best to rank them based on our experience to help guide you on your quest to collect them all. The Myriad Boomerang will either be the first or second tribe weapon you experience in Biomutant, and sadly, it's by far the worst. Sure, it's a solid early ranged weapon, when you basically have nothing, but it falls off dramatically once you get honestly anything else. The reason for this, and this goes for every single tribe weapon to be honest, is your inability to upgrade it at all. This is compounded by the fact that the Boomerang has the absolute longest delay between attacks, as you have to wait for it to return to you every single time. Now, it's a really fun weapon visually to use, and props to the team for having something here that feels unique, but it is absolutely not worth using past the start. Another weapon that you will likely get first or second, depending on your choices, is the Jangle Staff. Now, while this weapon really won't do much more than the Boomerang, and naturally being weaker purely because it's a melee weapon in a range-dominated game, it has other benefits that make it rank higher. If you perform the Wung Fu move Fox Toss, the Jangle Staff gives you a fantastic gap close or a disengage to a lone enemy, depending how you use it. On top of that, it staggers any enemy it hits when you land, which can be key in stopping an elite's more powerful attack chain. It also naturally has a bit more range than most other melee weapons, as well as quite a quick attack animation. Now, the last little bonus the Jangle Staff provides is a slight hover utility with its aerial attack Jewel Seeker, which can be just that little bit you need to platform around the map just a bit more early on. Now, unfortunately, just like the Boomerang, as soon as you get a new melee weapon, this one will likely be relegated to your backpack for the rest of eternity. Next up are the Pichu tribe's Nunchucks. Now, this is where you might start to disagree with us, but hear me out. While this weapon really needs you to put yourself extremely close to an enemy without any real means of a gap close, the strength of this weapon lies in one of its combo abilities. 7 Sin Snap allows you to roll towards an enemy and hard stun it for several seconds. Now this is that full stun effect you would normally get by countering a series of attacks from an enemy. Once that enemy is stunned, you can initiate a quick time event to knock an enemy into the air and do a decent amount of combo damage. Since the game really does show a heavy bias to ranged weapons, having this melee weapon to stun enemies alone makes it solid and worthy of being ranked higher. The fourth weapon in our ranking would have to be the Ankari Bow, and this is purely because of its high fire rate and quick reload. The Ankari Bow overall is a decently strong ranged weapon, but it still is unfortunately hampered by the inability to upgrade it. It has some really awesome animations for the special attacks and will generally satisfy players who love to use bows, but still, this weapon can't reach the top in our rankings. Alright, now this one is probably going to shock a lot of people, and frankly, I'm still on the fence with bumping this up to the best tribe weapon in Biomutant. We are of course talking about the Netra Grabbler. Now, as a range classified weapon, this weapon actually does garbage damage, and you might be wondering, well, why are we ranking this thing so damn high? Well, that's because this weapon will enable you melee players to fully embrace a melee build entirely, and more effectively than you ever could prior to having this. Let me explain. The Grabbler, with its basic attack, allows you to literally grab enemies and pull them into melee range with you. One of the biggest issues in my opinion with Biomutant's melee combat, aside from how bad the parry system actually feels, is how hard it is to gap close on an enemy or change targets before you get hit. Now this weapon solves that problem, especially when combined with something like the ultimate weapon called the Shrik Gong Mace. Now you are able to pull in a small mob or grapple to a larger enemy and immediately chain into knockdowns and freeze. It nearly solves my entire qualms with the melee combat in the game. And if you are looking to be a melee focused user, this is something you absolutely need to try out. Now last up, and like I said, possibly swappable with the Netra Grabbler, are the Lotus Shurikens. Now these are easily the best ranged tribe weapon in the game, in terms of DPS. You throw out an absolute barrage of shurikens that refill almost instantly. On top of that, all of your combo attacks really do noticeable damage, and I think this is something players might gravitate to in order to enjoy a more difficult but fun experience in the game. The other aspect of this weapon that makes this tribe weapon soar above all others is when you activate your bullet time effect through your Super Wung Fu. The sheer amount of shurikens that you can toss out before your Super Wung Fu ends actually outputs a significant amount of damage. Combine that with how easy it is to utilize this specific weapon's combos leading into your Super Wung Fu, and all around, it's a solid and fun tribe weapon. Still wish we could upgrade them, but this is what we have to work with. So there you have it, friends. That was my honest opinion of where the coveted tribe weapons sit. A solid majority of them leave a lot to be desired, and we wish there were avenues for upgrading them to be on par with the ultimate weapons in the game. If you have a different opinion on these weapons, by all means, share your thoughts by leaving a comment down below. We're all about building up our community and helping people tackle the games that they love. You may share a similar viewpoint with another person in our community and help them make a different choice. That's the beauty of a gaming community working together. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, consider joining us on Discord. We've got a great community of nearly 7,000 members spread across dozens of great games, with a special section dedicated just for Biomutant. So if you're interested, check out the description and look for the link. Finally, if you like our channel and want to support Legacy Gaming even more, you can now do that by becoming a member. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you're helping evolve the channel and take our community to that next level. Check out the join button below to learn more. My name is Livid, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.